haven't already checked out our video on how to do forward crossovers, now's a good time to check it out so you can learn about crossing the foot over on the line, because you're really going to need to do that before you can do backward crossovers. So, to demonstrate how to do backward crossovers, I'm going to do mine in an anti-clockwise direction. You want to start off, body facing center of the circle again. Same as with the backward chassé, same as with the backward pumps. Bend weights on the outside, and I'm going to start off with a backward pump. So I'm here. From there, I'm going to lift up my foot and cross it over. Just like with the forward crossovers, you want to make sure that you're on an outside foot and you cross it down on an inside. You don't want to go outside and cross to another outside. So before starting out, you want to make sure that you're crossing the correct foot over for the direction you're going in. You see a lot of people, they're trying to do crossovers in an anti-clockwise direction, but instead of picking up the outside foot and crossing it over the inside foot, what they're actually doing is picking up the inside foot and crossing it over the outside foot and getting it in the wrong order, like that. It's very uncomfortable to do. You really want to make sure every time that you're doing it, and it's always the outside foot that lifts and crosses over the inside foot. So I'm here, I push my pump, I lift my outside foot, and I cross it over my inside foot, and then put it back to the center again, always with my torso facing the center of the circle I'm going around. Now we're going to talk about the second push that happens in a backward crossover. So with the forwards one, it's where you have the second push here as you go onto the new foot. The backwards one, you push, with your first push, you lift, you cross, and here you want to bend and push off with your back foot here. So you're going to practice on the circle again, upper body facing the center, backward pump, lift, cross on 2 feet. I'm going to bend my weight now into my right leg and push off, and then bring my feet back together, bend, push, lift, cross, bend with my weight here, and push off again. Now hopefully you've got comfortable lifting the foot, pausing here, bending and feeling the weight on that foot and pushing off. Now we're just going to try and eliminate that pause in the middle. So I'm going to push off into my backward pump, lift my foot up, and here I'm going to bend the weight on my right leg and push off as I transfer the weight to the new foot. So I'm there. I do backward pump, lift, I bend my weight here, and I push off. And you see here, I stretch my leg underneath. You don't want to stretch your leg back like that, because you're just going to scratch and lose all of your momentum. From here, you bend and you push off with the outside part of the blade here, okay? So I'm pushing off with that part. I'm not pushing back with the toe, because you won't go anywhere. Final step is keeping your feet on the ice and only taking it off at the end of the crossover there. So I push back here and watch, my foot comes in, and when it gets to there, my weight is all on this foot, and as I bend, I'm going to transfer, and then I take my foot off the ice. So I push back, my foot comes across, my weight is strong in my right foot here, and as I push off, I transfer the weight to the new foot. So now I'm going to discuss some common mistakes with backward crossovers that you see often you see people doing. So number one, they're there, their body's facing the center, and as they push off, they twist their outside hip back like this and lose a lot of the speed. So it puts their weight forwards and they're on the toe, and they're in a bad place to try and get some speed on the second push. So you don't want to twist like that as you push. You want to keep your hips still in a line like this. I haven't moved. Push off and I haven't moved. I do not push and twist with this back hip like that. Another mistake you often see people doing is they push back. As they do their crossover, as they transfer the weight to the new foot, they put it too far forwards. So they just go on their toes and lose all the speed. If I try and do a circle of crossovers like that, I push and I lose everything. And then I push and I lose everything. You want to avoid doing that, because you're really not going to go anywhere like that. Another thing you see people doing is instead of turning to face the center, they stay completely straight and try and do it. This is a bad idea, because as they try and cross now, they catch their toe and their heel together, and you can have really bad falls like that. You don't want to be doing your crossovers like that. see, you can clip your heels, it's bad. That's why we turn and we skate backwards with a backward pump. You see my leg is in front here. It's very far away from my standing foot there. I'm very comfortable. I know as I cross here, I'm just not going to catch my toe and my heel together. The final thing you see people doing wrong is as they're doing the backward crossovers, they do a backward lemon and they bring their feet together like this. They step out wide, they've left their weight towards the outside here, and then they bring it back over and cross like that. It's a very inefficient technique for getting power. You're going to go slow with that, and you're going to create a very bad habit for the future.